I thought they were very informative. It was the participants. It's really about the participants, and you had a good group of people that were willing to talk about the issues that they're facing, with people piping up and offering solutions or at least finding commonality about the problems that they face in a very complicated industry. So it was very nice to see really that all the people in and around round tables were all willing to speak about what they do and the issues and the solutions that they've come up with.
The round table that helped facilitate, people were very enthusiastic about talking about new technology, how new technology, artificial intelligence, combined blockchain, and how humans will evolve to work with that in that system. So there's a lot of excitement in this conference. Yeah.
Very interactive, very collaborative, and some really good information that we gleaned out of it. So things we can take back to our team as well as learning all the things that are going on in other areas and other industries as well.
And I do find the format very good, very intimate, and you do get a lot of exchanges, a lot of engagements, things that people might not necessarily open up to. And within the 5-10 minutes of that closed roundtable session, you do actually get a good engagement and exchange a lot of good ideas. So it's, I think, very useful for everybody at the table.
Super surprised for the right reason to find colleagues across the industry attended and having very intimate roundtable conversations, from clinical trial design to site selection to AI to supply chain. So it was very well-rounded, and I was very impressed by the discussions we had and the engagement of people attending the conference.
Yeah, so that was great. It was a nice cross-section of people from supply chain, from clinical operations, from systems or IT. So really nice perspectives that I think, there was some overlap, but some unique perspectives that came in and helped people in different areas think about things differently. And mine in particular was about enhancing efficiency and compliance in modern trials. And so it's really sort of in the early stages. We really only had one company that was a bit further along in their journey. Everyone else was a bit earlier in the journey. But it was really nice to have a company that was able to share some lessons learned. So it was even beneficial for us.
And yeah, it was, we basically have our marketing team, which basically connected with Proventa and come up with this association, and where we can meet few of the stakeholders from different pharma companies one-on-one. Also had a roundtable where we had showcased our AI capabilities around agentics and clinical operations, clinical supplies. So that was a great session, and that's how we definitely will collaborate more with Proventa.
They're very good, very punctual, some really good information, and it's more intimate in that regard. We get to meet people that really are interested in what we do, and it's learning about some of their processes as well and some of their needs, and matching it up with what we do as a company.
Yeah, it was very good to talk to some of the vendors, to know their capabilities. Of course, not everything would be applicable to me, but how would I connect the dots with some other team or function? So I found that very useful. And I think most importantly, having the ability to meet with colleagues across the industry was very nice.
So it was really a great session. Proventa did a great job, basically, bringing everyone, like the pharma giants as well as us, to be on the same platform to basically showcase our capabilities around clinical operations, around supplies, clinical supply, and manufacturing side and others, where we can showcase, and we could showcase our capabilities. So it was a great session with multiple stakeholders from different big pharmas. Overall, it was a great event, and we definitely wish to have such more events in future.
The one-to-one meetings were perfect. I mean, the way it was was planned. The people were on time. The coordination was done perfectly. And even if someone couldn't turn up, there we found others who was interested in meeting us. All the meetings happened on time. It gave us more avenues to expand our capabilities and the capabilities that we have developed into the clinical areas.
Again, good. We had you had a pretty good mix between industry, large companies, small companies, a diversity of functionalities within those. You have CEOs like myself, and then you had some investors as well, which I think are helpful. I think it's always helpful to when we're doing the round tables in particular, and then the panel, to have not just an industry perspective, but to actually have an outside perspective, like someone from an investor who how do they think about what we do and what's important to them. But at the end of the day, whether it's a small company or a large company, you've got to report to somebody. There's somebody who wants to wants an outcome.
Very diverse as far as company needs, from small businesses to the large pharma companies. Specifically for where we are, for Clario, we have multiple needs that range from cardiac safety, imaging, medical imaging, to eCOA. So we have a lot of companies that have various needs. So along those lines, we're able to sort of find a solution that fits where they're at and wherever stage they're at in their development process.
So that was one of the other things that initially kind of seemed too diverse, but then as we got into the discussions, the diversity actually helped to get the different views and ideas about what problems people are having, how they could be connected, how they can be solved. Maybe with a simple single solution, you could solve 4 or 5 different problems.
Oh, it's very good. There are like big companies and also mid-sized companies and also startups. Yeah, I learned a lot from just having the participation from everyone. At the table. So you really get a good idea of different size of pharma companies, drug development, and what people are exposed to in terms of technology and their method of drug development.
Yes, so it was very well represented by big pharma, small companies, vendors. So yes, the diversity of the different companies from different areas of clinical trials was quite interesting and something which I did not anticipate.
Yeah, I mean, in that session itself, there were some good connections for us. And then while I was literally sitting waiting for the last panel, I met someone who I had a good connection with.
Oh, it was like very much diverse event where we had met different people from different areas, different race, definitely. And so it was overall a very, very well diversified panel as well as stakeholders.
Super, the variety of people that we have met from different domains, not just from the domains, from the different sections of the society. It was very diverse. The kind of viewpoints that these guys have built, have brought to the round table was perfect. It was a very good amalgamation of different thought processes, what each organization is doing in terms of clinical supplies, clinical operations. It gives us a good insight into what are the needs of the industry. At the same time, it gives us an opportunity how our solutions can fit into their requirements.
Sure, definitely.
If invited, definitely.
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I'll be looking forward for the new event as well.
Yes, this is one of my favorite conferences.
Oh yeah, I would definitely pass on that message to our marketing team to be on Proventa's list for every year.
Yeah, I would definitely like to come back next year and maybe lead one of these roundtable discussions.
Absolutely, yes. This is it's a great event, a great location. People are very nice, and eager to learn more.